Art cinema is often defined as against mainstream commercial film industries, particularly Hollywood. A European art cinema sensibility is an umbrella term used by scholars to categorise all the art cinema movements originating in Europe and their defining features in the form of stylistic choices, narrative themes, and production choices. To talk about European art cinema sensibility, it is hard not to talk about the French New Wave. And so, it is even harder to talk about the French New Wave without talking about Francis Truffaut and his masterpiece, The 400 Blows. The 400 Blows is a coming-of-age story which displays all the sensibilities of the European art film movement, from themes of innocence and artifice versus reality, to handheld tracking, clever editing, and dead time. As discussed by Dallas, European art films have a film style dominated by a realistic aesthetic that relies on location shooting and documentary-style handheld camera work. Due to the growing technology that became available to filmmakers in France in the post-war era, the French New Wave saw filmmakers reaching for handheld cameras and thus allowing them to spill out onto the streets and film in uncontrolled environments versus studio sets as seen in Hollywood cinema. Throughout the 400 Blows, Truffaut does just that, uses open environment shots of Paris to ground the film in reality and commonality, common traits of the French New Wave. This can be seen in the opening shot of the film, showing a low-angled tracking shot of Paris. This establishing shot provides a child's point of view of Paris, quite literally putting the audience in a child's shoes, or the main character Antoine's. This use of a tracking shot and the use of handheld camera work throughout the film reflects the European art cinema movement, the French New Wave. Likewise, the French New Wave saw radical changes in the way filmmakers edited their films than had previously been seen, allowing for filmmakers such as Truffaut to play with the concept of time and, as such, dead time, by using longer takes of clips.
René qui a été malade. Mon fils René.
As discussed by Nadalis, art cinema adopts lucid narrative forms that break up linearity and causality through uses of techniques such as ellipses and dead time. In the 400 Blows, Truffaut uses dead time in long takes of Antoine getting ready in the morning or of him running on the beach to allow the reality of the character to be transferred and the authenticity of the narrative to breathe. Truffaut further reflects the French New Wave sensibility in the 400 Blows through his use of clever fades, jump cut, and sound editing. In European art cinema, auteurs broke away from the studio system and saw their films as a way to explore ideas and question society. In the French New Wave, the concepts of sexuality and childhood innocence were common, and they can be seen throughout the 400 Blows alike. Antoine's character is thrust from innocence and sheltered world of childhood and pushed into the adulthood, where he is forced to confront the issues of sexuality and responsibility as exemplified by the adults in his life. Through this confrontation, he struggles to form a sense of identity. This exploration into Antoine's identity and innocence is used by Truffaut to show constraints of society forcing children to change as they grow. The 400 Blows reflects European art cinema in its attention to question real issues faced in society. The 400 Blows clearly reflects the French New Wave in the camera work, editing techniques, and narrative themes seen in the film. and thus easily reflects all the sensibilities of European art cinema.